body. A child is received. A woman conceives. The moment there is conception, the child has become part of the feminine body. It is not alien. It is not foreign. It has been absorbed. Now the child will live not as something added to the mother, but just a part, just as the mother. And the child is not only received, the feminine body becomes creative. The child begins to grow. A disciple means a womb-like receptivity. Whatsoever is received is not to be gathered as a dead knowledge. It must grow in you. It must become blood and bones in you. It must be a part now. It must grow. This growth will change, will transform the receiver. That's why Tantra uses this device. Every treatise starts with Devi asking a question and Shiva replying it. Devi is Shiva's consort, his feminine part. One thing more. Now, modern psychology, depth psychology particularly, says that man is both man and woman. No one is just male and no one is just female. Everyone is bisexual. Both sexes are there. But this is a very recent research in the West. But for Tantra, this has been one of the most basic conceptions for thousands of years. You must have seen some picture of Shiva as Ardhanarishwar, half man, half woman. That is the only concept in the whole history of man. Shiva is depicted as half man, half woman. So Devi is not just a consort, it is Shiva's other half. And unless a disciple becomes the other half of the teacher, it is impossible to convey the higher teachings, the esoteric methods. When you become one, then there is no doubt. When you are one with the teacher, so subtly one, so deeply one, there is no argument, no logic, no reason. One simply absorbs. One becomes a womb. And then the teaching begins to grow and change you. That's why Tantra is written in love language. Something must be understood about love language also. There are two types of languages: logic language and love language. There are basic differences between the two. Logic language is aggressive, argumentative, violent. If I use a logic language, I become aggressive on your mind. I try to convince you, to convert you, to make a puppet of you. My argument is right and you are wrong. Logic language is egocentric. I am right and you are wrong. So I must prove that I am right and you are wrong. I am not concerned with you. I am concerned with my ego. My ego is always right. Love language is totally different. I am not concerned with my ego. I am concerned with you. I am not concerned to prove something to strengthen my ego. I am concerned to help you. It is a compassion to help you to grow, to help you to transform, to help you to be reborn. Secondly, logic will always be intellectual. Concepts, principles will be significant. Arguments will be significant. With love language, what is said is not so significant. Rather, the way it is said. The container, the word is not important. The content, the message is more important. It is a heart-to-heart talk, not a mind-to-mind discussion. It is not a debate. It is a communion. So this is rare. Parvati is sitting in the lap of Shiva and asking. And Shiva answers. It is a love dialogue. No conflict. As if Shiva is speaking to himself. Why this emphasis on love? Love language. Because if you are in love with your teacher, then the whole gestalt changes. It becomes different. Then you are not hearing his words. Then you are drinking him. Then words are irrelevant. Really, the silence between the words becomes more significant. What he is saying may be meaningful, may not be meaningful, but his eyes, his gestures, his compassion, his love. That's why Tantra has a fixed device, a structure. Every treatise starts with Devi asking and Shiva answering. No argument is going to be there. No wastage of words. Very simple statements of fact. Telegraphic messages. With no view to convince, just to relate. Shiva, if you encounter him with a question, with a closed mind, will not answer you in this way. Because first your clothing has to be broken. Then he will have to be aggressive. Then your prejudices, then your preconceptions, they have to be destroyed. Unless you are cleared completely of your past, nothing can be given to you. But this is not so. with his consort Devi, there is no past. Remember, when you are deep in love, your mind ceases to be. There is no past. Only the present moment becomes everything. When you are in love, the present is the only time. The now is all. No past, no future. So Devi is just open. There is no defense. Nothing to be cleared. Nothing to be disturbed. The ground is ready. Only a seed has to be dropped. The ground is not only ready but welcoming, receptive, asking to be impregnated. So all these sayings that we are going to discuss will be telegraphic. They are just sutras. But each sutra, each telegraphic message given by Shiva is worth a Veda, worth a Bible, worth a Quran. Each single sentence can become the base of a great scripture. Because scriptures are logical. You have to propose, defend, argue. There is no argument. Simple statements of love. Thirdly, Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. The very word means the technique of going beyond consciousness. Vigyan means consciousness. Bhairav means the state which is beyond consciousness. And Tantra means the method. The method of going beyond consciousness. This is the supreme doctrine, without any doctrine. We are unconscious. So all the religious teachings are concerned how to go beyond unconsciousness, how to be conscious. For example, Krishnamurti, Zen. They are all concerned how to create more consciousness. Because we are unconscious. So how to be more aware, alert. From unconsciousness, how to move towards consciousness. But Tantra says that this is a duality, unconscious and conscious. If you move from unconscious to consciousness, you are moving from one duality to another. Move beyond both. Unless you move beyond both, you can never reach the ultimate. So neither be unconscious nor be conscious. Just go beyond. Just be. Neither be conscious nor be unconscious. Just be. This is going beyond yoga, going beyond Zen, going beyond all teachings. Vigyan means consciousness, and Bhairav is a specific term, Tantra term, for that who has gone beyond. That's why Shiva is known as Bhairav, and Devi is known as Bhairavi. Those who have gone beyond all dualities. In our experience, only love can give us a glimpse. That's why love becomes the very basic device to impart Tantra wisdom. In our experience, only love is something we can say which goes beyond duality. When two persons are in love, the deeper they move in it, less and less they are two. More and more they become one. And a point comes, and a peak is reached, when only apparently they are two, inwardly they are one. The duality is transcended. Only in this sense, Jesus saying that God is love becomes meaningful, otherwise not. In our experience, love is nearest to God. Not that God is loving, as Christians go on interpreting. That God has a fatherly love for you. Nonsense. God is love is a Tantra statement. It means love is the only reality in our experience which approximately reaches nearest to God, to the divine. Why? Because in love, oneness is felt. Bodies remain two, and something beyond the bodies merges and becomes one. That's why so much hankering after sex. The real hankering is after oneness, but that oneness is not sexual. In sex, only two bodies have a deceptive feeling of becoming one. They are not one. They are only joined together. But for a single moment, two bodies forget into each other, and a certain physical oneness is felt. This hankering is not bad, but to stop at it is dangerous. This hankering shows a deeper urge to feel oneness. In love, on a higher plane, the inner one moves, merges into the others, and there is a feeling of oneness. Duality dissolves. Only in this non-dual love we can have a glimpse of what is the state of a Bhairav. We may say that the state of Bhairav is absolute love. No coming back. From the peak of love, no falling back. Remaining on the peak. We have made Shiva's abode on Kailas. That is simply symbolic. The highest peak. The holiest peak. We have made it Shiva's abode. We can go there, but we will have to come down. it cannot be our abode. We can go on a pilgrimage. It is a tirtha yatra, a pilgrimage, a journey. We can touch for a single moment the highest peak, then we will have to come back. In love, this holy pilgrimage happens, but not for all. Because no one moves beyond